Welcome back, and as we said, we are going to cover together and to know more about the initiative launched by the National Alliance for Civil Development Work, aiming to help with the most needy families, and particularly in the holy month of Ramadan. We are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Reem, Essam, Professor of Economics, Cairo University. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Reem, and happy Ramadan.
Thank you for you, and happy Ramadan for you and to all our audience.
Thank you. Would you please, I'd like you first to shed more light on the initiative.
Indeed. Actually, the National Alliance for Civil Development Action confirmed that the Alliance aims to support approximately 20 million citizens during the current month of Ramadan at a cost of approximately £2 billion, including providing food aid and material aid, also medical support. The Alliance, which includes 32 associations and institutions concerned with the service, aid, and development, has prepared a full swing to welcome the month of Ramadan in order to target all families most in need, relieve the suffering of the citizens, and help the Egyptian state in addressing the economic crisis that the whole world is going through, stressing that the Alliance will continue to provide this aid until the end of the holy month. Also, the aid is provided to targeted families according to the National Alliance audited database, which is consistently developed and refined in accordance with the Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics to make sure that all these aids goes to the most needy citizens.
Wherever they are, I mean, scattered all over Egypt, not in a certain governorate or a certain province. Hello?
Pardon?
I mean, what you're talking about is to reach the most needy families wherever they are. I mean, it's not directed to one governorate or one province, but to the needy families all over Egypt.
Indeed, of course. This alliance covers, and this initiative covers more than 15 governorates all over Egypt. Like according to what is announced by the National Alliance, it's covered more than 15 governorates, starting with the Red Sea Governorate. Secretary is scheduled to organize Ramadan football competition, in addition to artist evening, educational seminars, and training courses on traditional crafts, as well as distributing 1,100 food cartoons containing a number of basic food to their families. Moving from the Red Sea Governorate going to Kenya, the National Alliance is working to organize a sports competition in football, and also to support most strategic food for 1,500 families in Ramadan, to make sure that Ramadan table for breakfast is ready for 300 people in daily basis.
And it's not the first initiative, كتف or shoulder to shoulder was also one of the successful initiatives which were launched by the Alliance, and this was directed to Bedair, as far as I know.
Of course, moving to Bedair, as you said, shoulder to shoulder initiative is one of the most initiatives that the National Alliance adopted, which has been prepared over the past few days to put a smile on the faces of the citizens and deliver support to all segments of the society. Shoulder to shoulder initiative in Bedair Governorate targeted like more than 3,000 families that were selected according to the prior database under the supervision of the Alliance. Also, the Alliance committed to support or to provide food supplies and clothes were distributed to child as Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Fitr approaches, in addition to most food supplements to this family. Also, it explained that some projects have been prepared for the most needy families, many of which were implemented during the past days and will continue during this holy month of Ramadan. This comes with the framework of the state to ensure the Haya Karima life for each citizen and reduce the burden on their shoulders.
This was my coming question. To what extent do you think that those initiatives with the presidential initiative of Haya Karima can turn the lives of millions of Egyptians to the better, and to make sure that they are going to be able to earn their livings on their own, and they are going to be able to lead a decent life, as you've kindly mentioned, and as the initiative is saying?
Yes, indeed, of course. Haya Karima is a presidential initiative, has truly become the icon of the new Republic of Egypt. That initiative has changed the lives of millions of Egyptians, as the lives of the people of village, remote governments, and the most needy groups witnessed a great development in the service project infrastructure, improving the standard of life and raising the standard of life, providing many services in various sectors since the launch of this most important presidential initiative of Haya Karima. Over the past few years, Haya Karima project has achieved many achievements on the ground that have contributed to developing the lives of millions of the Egyptian citizens, especially in the remote areas and the poorest village. Since the launch of the initiative, the foundation of Haya Karima continue in its approach until now and later to develop the entire countryside of the East.
Inshallah. And here I should mention the importance of this fruitful cooperation and coordination between the state and the NGOs, the civil work, and how it's that important to know that the civil work and the NGOs can play a very positive role for the best interest of the Egyptian people in general, for the Egyptian society, serving our community in a way that really has a positive impact on every aspect of life.
Of course. In fact, Egypt has witnessed a serious movement to reduce and eliminate poverty through Haya Karima and other initiatives, pointing out that the concept of poverty is not only related to the income. So when we say it's poverty, it's not really related to the what you receive in cash, but also include regarding access to the service, availability of infrastructure, and safe housing. All these can included in raising the standard of life of citizens with various dimensions of poverty to reduce it. According to what was stated by the Prime Minister Mustafa Madmouli, we are now in the finished or complete the first stage or phase of Haya Karima, which was 100% completed, aimed to implement intervention in 375 villages in more 14 governments, covering 4.5 billion citizens of the Egyptian citizens, with a total expenditure of 13.5 billion pounds.
Yeah. Dr. Reem, whenever I'm talking about NGOs and about our civil work and about those initiatives which, as you kindly mentioned, served and still serving millions of Egyptians, I cannot skip speaking about our youth and about the culture of volunteering. Now we do have this culture, and we do have thousands, if not millions, of Egyptian youth scattered all over Egypt, eager to help and to donate not only their money but their efforts, their time. And they know that what they are doing is for the best interest of Egypt in general. How do you see this, and to what extent have you felt it yourself when you have this direct connection with them?
Of course. We now, in the era of voluntary work, I feel most of the youth Egyptian people change their mentality to offer their time, their knowledge, their efforts for poor people, for remote distant and districts overall Egypt, to provide their knowledge, their support voluntarily. And I believe this culture become increasing in Egypt mentality, or Egyptian people mentality. So I believe the voluntary work, and we have a lot of associations like Risala, like Ahl Masr, like Al Uruman. So we have a lot of these associations or organizations that help for free and can have access to poor people, to help them in different dimensions, not only to provide only material cash or medical support. They also educate illiterate people. They help to raise their awareness about their health, about their all aspects that they need to raise their awareness.
And it's our role as media to focus on all these efforts on the ground and on all these activities, and to say thank you for everyone who is trying to help and to reach the most needy families wherever they are, wherever they are living, even in remote areas in the countryside. They deserve to be served and they deserve to lead a happy life. And this is the core of those initiatives. On top of those initiatives is the presidential initiative Haya Karima. Dr. Reem, I cannot skip speaking about the efforts exerted by the Alliance for Gaza. And every Egyptian is keen to help and is willing to help. When it comes to our people in Gaza, we are all the time trying to let them know that they are not alone, and Egypt is going to continue supporting them by all means, whether on the leadership level or on the people's level. I'd like to listen from you about that.
Of course, Egypt, with the presidential leadership, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, from the October 7th, put Gaza and the Palestinian issue in his top priority in his agenda. Especially on this holy month of Ramadan, it's on the presidential level, and also the National Alliance for Civil Development announced that they launched human aid and relief and assistance aid to the Palestinian brothers on the occasion of the advent of this month, the holy month of Ramadan. The help or the aid includes 300 trucks loaded with more than 3,500 tons of food, more than 90 tons of milk, 25 tons of water, and 190 tons of medical support to all our families and brothers in Gaza. So we witnessed the Egyptian help, not only on the arm of National Alliance for Civil Development. It's also for all Egyptian people. It's a presidential...
Amen to that. As I said, every one of us is willing to help if we do have that chance.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's not only related to the Civil Work Alliance. Each Egyptian, because it's a presidential, it's on our president's agenda. So a number of entities and institutions of the National Alliance and also the private sector, each Egyptian citizen, as you said, is responsible, and he feels its responsibility to help our brothers in Gaza.
Amen to that. Very well said, Dr. Reem. Dr. Reem Essam, Professor of Economics, Cairo University, thank you very much for your input. Have a very good day and happy Ramadan to you. And by this, we come to the end of our breakfast show today. Tomorrow is another episode and another crew. Stay tuned on Nile TV International always for more updates. And for more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.